The importance of buyer's financing condition. Hey guys, this is Sandy Kahlon with the Bagga Team with Royal LePage in Ralta. I'm a buyer specialist, and in the last few months I have been facing this question very often that my buyers have, is how important is a financing condition and how long it takes to get your mortgage pre-approved. And with the rising interest costs, this has been an issue throughout the past few months, and today we have Manny to answer our questions. Hey Manny.
Well, Sandy, that is a very valid question because sometimes you work on a buying side and I work on a selling side. That's my specialty is. But number one, I wanted to tell you and people that are watching today, buyer condition is very, very important. Why? Because in last year, if you go to the bank and you say, hey, here's my pay stub, here's my job letter, and here's my credit bureau, and then they will giving you a pre-approval letter, which was valid for 90 days to even 120 days. That, hey, Sandy, you are approved for X amount of dollar, and here's your interest rate, and you are all good to go. At that time, you have evidence that, hey, I'm pre-approved, I can write an offer on the basis of this validation letter, which is given to my bank, then you can definitely write an offer. But lately, as you can see, every 4 weeks or interest rate get changed. Now, bank change their rules. They don't give you a pre-approval letter.
Okay.
They pre-qualify you. They can say, hey Sandy, this is your job, this is your down payment, this is your credit. On the basis of that, I think you are qualified for this amount. But they're not going to give you for sure pre-approval letter. They pre-qualify you. Pre-qualify means just only giving you a number because they cannot giving you a pre-approval letter. That is a bank policy is now. So that's number one. So the person who's watching today, number one, you are not writing any offer without a financing condition. Has to have it. Okay, that's a very important thing. If you write that financing condition, you can say, oh, I'm already pre-qualified, but that's not sure. What happened at this moment, then when you write an offer, let's say a normal contract is 10 business days that you will get a financing approved by any bank, like a CIBC, RBC, Scotiabank, or XYZ, any financial institute. They need a minimum 10 business days. But when you submit your contract, just like let's say you write a contract today and submit to the bank tomorrow, then banks start getting investigations and say, okay, well, Sandy has a job letter. Okay, Sandy has a down payment. Sandy has this, Sandy has that. So they check every single thing else. Sometime when you get your approval done, you are missing some paper. For example, somebody bought a car and then they are still hanging on their credit bureau, and then to take off that thing, it does take time.
Okay.
Number two, sometimes they have a loan on a credit card. They need to pay off those things before they're gonna get that mortgage done. So they needed to get those things clear before they're gonna give you a final approval. So those all hurdles come before any bank or any financial institute giving you a pre-approval letter on that mortgage. Okay, so simplify. 2 questions. Number 1, does this contract need a financing condition? Answer is yes.
Okay.
Number 2, how much time you needed? It takes 10 business days, but it's not a standard because the interest rate is changing every 3 or 4 weeks. You might get your pre-qualified done 2 weeks or 4 weeks back, but now, just like today, interest rate got changed. The person who pre-qualified like last week, what is going to happen to them? They said no, they has to rerun all the numbers on the base of today's interest rate. If you are qualified for that mortgage or that purchase property you are purchasing. So that might takes a more time. I understand on based off seller point of view, sometimes seller get so frustrated in last couple of months, every like second or third offers we receive and the financing not get approved. And financing not got approved, and then the seller say, oh my God, this poor buyer, I'm not going to accept this offer, I wanted to have a letter. But the poor buyer cannot provide you the letter anyhow because he can't provide you because he don't have the letter which is given by their financial institute. So both parties, seller and buyer, need to understand in the today's changing market, even though you have a good potential buyer who has an excellent credit, you have an excellent down payment, it does take time. The poor buyer might have a 5% or 10% or 15% down, but to get 80% or 85% or 90% financing has to be approved by a financial institute. Does that answer your question?
Yes, definitely. That will be very helpful for me and my buyers. Thank you so much, Manny.
So what did you take away from this one? So if you can put it in a short version for all the viewers watching today.
So number one, your pre-approval is not gonna really help you in this market because the interest rate has risen. So in my best advice would be at this point is go to your financial institution, make sure all your paperwork is submitted so that the bank can give you that approval based on the offer that you will be submitting. And secondly, yes, it used to take, minimum 2 weeks or so to get that approval. That would be 10 business days, but you are looking at a little bit more time. So, have those 3 weeks to make sure that you are getting approved. That's a good advice for both buyers and sellers. So sellers are not getting impatient with their buyers. If you have any more questions, please feel free to reach out to me. You can reach me at 780-953-6576. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching this small little tip, which might helpful for you to make your current decision. If all the buyers or all the seller, you may have any questions, without any doubt, call our office today or call Sandy today. Sandy has so much knowledge into any aspect of your field, and she'll be happy to answer and give it to you the right path so you can move forward. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned. Oh, by the way, before you go, hey, subscribe and hit the bell button. Also, if you think that this video will be more valuable for one of your loved ones, just like your family, friend, or anybody, please share. Our main motivation is to help you so you guys can be rock and roll in the market. Thank you so much for watching our video. Next week, I'll bring up next hero. Stay tuned. God bless you. Keep laughing.